Hey guys, welcome back.
We are on episode 250.
250. We're a quarter of a way to 1,000 now.
We finally made it.
We finally made it. I think we kept mentioning that over the last couple episodes. Like, we're almost 250, we're almost 250.
But now we're here. So
Now
what do we
we're
talk
here.
about next time? How many episodes are we till 300?
To 350 away. We'll forget about it by then.
So who do we have today?
Well, who do we have today? Well, this week there was no Gundam releases that came in.
Aw.
That's end of October, just nothing. They kind of front-loaded the month. There wasn't a whole lot that actually came out as far as Gundam stuff.
Yeah. Winning
in
Fumina
October.
and some of the other HG
Winning
kits.
Fumina. Was that September, though? I'm trying to remember. It seems
Was it? Am I
might have been
remembering that
September.
wrong?
And the high resolution that I did last week, that one actually came out the very end of September.
Oh.
But yeah, we had that master grade and the high resolution. So we were just getting caught up from September. Now we're kind of finally getting into the October stuff, but really there wasn't a whole lot.
But we've got
October.
two special guests here
That's
from
right.
another series.
From Aoshima. Now we saw these at the hobby shows actually. I think maybe Shizuoka Hobby Show.
Really?
Was the first time we saw it, and I believe we saw it again at the Tokyo Hobby Show. And when I saw them at the Aoshima booth, I thought these are kind of cool looking, and if they were to get released, I thought, hey, maybe we should bring them on the show so you guys can check it out. So these are from a series called Full Metal Panic. Now, I know that's kind of, I've heard of the name. I've never watched the series myself, but these look like some interesting mecha designs.
So I watched Full Metal Panic back in high school.
High school. So
Can you believe that?
So this series has been around for a while,
It aired around 2005.
Okay.
So it's been quite a while, but there's a new season coming up in 2018 in April, I believe.
April, okay.
Which is where I got the 4 mixed in. Sorry, guys.
Okay. So that's going to be the second season?
No. So we've got Full Metal Panic, Full Metal Panic Fumofu, which is kind of a comedy story, side story.
Okay.
Then we have Full Metal Panic Second Raid, which is like a direct continuation of the first season. But it's technically like season 3. And so this one will be season 4.
Okay.
So very exciting. And
Very exciting.
Maybe Aoshima's jumping on the hype train, bringing us some good old guys from the second raid.
Well, these are kind of interesting. Let's take a look here, shall we?
Okay.
So what kind of do we get inside of this box? Like, because this says here on the box, and it says no cement required. So I think Aoshima was trying to jump into this like Bandai type kits where you don't need glue, maybe you don't need the color, everything just snaps together and puts stickers. So that's what I'm hoping, because we kind of avoid a lot of the glue type difficult kits for this show.
Right.
So let's take a look at what we get inside the box and how do they look compared to Bandai. Now one thing that kind of interests me is just looking at this plastic. Now this, I don't know if it's just the color they use, but the plastic kind of looks more similar to a typical Aoshima type plastic model than what you would expect from Bandai. So that's interesting to see. Although we do have different colors here.
Yeah, we've got several shades of gray going on.
Right, because these are very grayish looking suits. We got like a lighter gray, we got some kind of darker grays in here.
And we do have a little translucent piece.
There is, there's a clear green piece in here. It's probably going to not be able to see in the camera, but that's probably for the face part. And there's a...
Is that a masking?
No, actually this just looks like a piece of paper.
Oh, all right.
They probably put this in here to keep the parts from getting damaged or scratched, I would imagine. It's kind of interesting. And the polycaps are kind of really interesting. They've got their own polycaps. They're kind of similar in style to Bandai, but you get a lot more different varieties of polycaps. There is a lot of polycaps. Actually, I'm kind of surprised the number of polycaps in here, because there's 2 actually runners of this big sheet that you see in the front. So, and there's like some extra smaller light gray polycaps too. I wonder if you really need to use all of these for this kit.
Yes, sometimes they put in extras on the runners.
Right, this kit is supposed to be 1/48 scale, but I think for this type of mobile suit, maybe that's not going to be a very big kit. But I'm kind of surprised by just the amount of plastic parts that are in here. There is quite a bit of plastic that comes in this kit for...
Oh, and look, we've got some metal pieces maybe.
Oh, okay, so some metal pins, it looks like, some metal pins maybe to hold the joints together. That's interesting. And unlike Bandai's, just a regular old black and white instruction. Well, there is a color page on here, I guess, towards the end.
Yeah, it's got a painting guide if you want to get, you know, really fancy.
Right, that's interesting. So I look forward to getting this together, although with all these parts, I'm kind of curious just how complicated it is going to be to put this kit together, but we will find out hopefully next week.
Yeah.
If I can finish it in time.
You'll be fine. You're an expert by now, right?
Yeah.
Todd, confidence.
I can do it.
You can do it.
I can do it.
All
now,
right.
You guys noticed there was 2 boxes here, and that's because there's actually 2 different versions of this kit. There's kind of like a regular grunt type suit, it looks like. And then this one here is the commander suit, it says. I believe it, yeah, it's a commander type, and this is piloted by Melissa Mao. So there you go. You could have your choice of regular grunt or commander. And just like Gundam commander suits, she has like an antenna on top of her helmet, like a Zaku.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of interesting to see. And it looks like she wields the swords, but he's got the gun. Although if they both come with the swords and the guns, I don't know. We'll have to find out next week. But that will be next week. Now for this week, we are taking a look at a Gundam kit, and this is the HG Reversible Gundam.
Yeah, let's see exactly what that means, huh?
All right, let's take a look.
All right.
Back with another Gundam Build Fighters kit. You know I love my Build Fighters kit. And gosh, it's been, how many weeks has it been since I've done just a regular HG kit review? We had the high resolution wing, we had the master grade before that, and then there was the ship, and then there was the Yamato kit. It seems like it's been ages, so I was kind of happy to put this kit together this week. Not only was it Build Fighters, but it's HG, so that means it's a bit kind of easier for me to put together. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. Yes, so this is actually, this is called the Reversible Gundam, and this isn't a completely 100% new kit. This is based off of, and it was from 00 Gundam, I believe, the Reborn's Gundam. That HG, the Reborn's Gundam kit came out, I believe, I looked it up, and I think it was in 2009. So it's not really that old of a kit that it's based off of. So it doesn't really feel too ancient, even though it is not completely 100% new. But once you've got it all put together, I think, even though it is just HG, it's got a really nice look to it. It just looks stunning. And one of the things that kind of really sets this kit off, in my mind, here, let me rotate this around so you can kind of see, is it has these kind of cool looking trick arms that just have these extra things on it. And this,
yeah, and you can use those for when it transforms, right?
You can indeed. You will see this more in the transformation, but I just really like the look that it kind of, like the bulk it gives to these arms. Another thing that I kind of really like is just how this, let me pull this off so you can get a better look at it. Let me pull that shield off. That should pop off. So the gun is kind of just attached on there, although you can pull it off and just kind of fold this in if you wanted. It should go, which way was it? It should go in somehow. And now if you really, really wanted, then you could take off his beam saber, and you could equip his beam saber, put that in there, and he can hold it. So he still has his regular hands if you ever want to just use it as like a regular hand. But I really like the look of it once it just has this gun here, and it just so easily slides into the handle. And because it's attached here at the bottom, this is the kind of gun that's super nice because you don't have to worry about it falling out of his grip. He's always going to be holding on to it. And it's got these cool little shields also that are on the side of his arms, and these shields have pivot joints for these blades on the side. So I think you'll see more of this once you do the transformation. You can have some kind of fun posing it, but once you just have it sitting on the side of the arm like so, it just looks really, he's really got this like mean looking, cool look to it, I think. And I like that as I pull that off.
But yeah, can we look at some of the transformations?
We can indeed. All right, so let's kind of look at the first transformation that this kit can do.
Sweet.
So here we are with the first of the transformations, and this is called Cannon Mode. So if you remember that Reborn's Gundam, it had one of the features of that old HG kit was that it had like a whole second side to the kit. Like when you turned it around on the back, there was like a different looking Gundam, and that one was really easy to see because the whole back half of that kit was red and the front half of the kit was white. So they got that same kind of thing going on here, where this Cannon Mode is actually, let me show you the front. So here's the front of the kit. Cannon Mode is actually just the back side of the kit with some of the stuff turned around and pointed out and the cannons extended and whatnot.
Yeah, hence reversible mode.
Hence reversible. It looks really cool. Now you can see these arms come into play. Now these arms all have polycap ball joints onto them, so you can kind of flex these arms around a little bit and pose them as you want. And the claws open up so you can kind of get a more aggressive look to it. And the legs kind of have a backwards bend to it, just so you can have a better pose for this reverse mode. And that looks pretty cool, I gotta say. It's interesting. It's different. And that's what Build Fighters is just different kind of stuff that we can do.
Yeah, and there's a lot of posing options just because of all those polycaps, all of the opening claws and such.
You can do
quite a bit with it.
All right, but there's still one more mode that we can show off with this kit, so give me a second here.
All right.
And we'll show off the next one.
Let's check it out.
All right, so and now we have the tank mode.
And this one's very similar to Cannon Mode, so it doesn't involve as much transformation.
Right, so if you already have this kit in the Cannon Mode, then all you really need to do to get it into the tank mode is take that back skirt. Oh, let me get that on camera there. Just take the back skirt here, and there's this little black plastic thing that just kind of folds down, and this is going to be like the track, I guess maybe you could consider that the track that he's going to slide on, and you get the back half of the heel here, and you fold that flat, and he basically, if you look at it from a reverse, he's just chilling. He's just having a good old seat. Maybe he can pop a beer into his hand and be like, hey, what's going on? But yeah, no, this is tank mode. It's supposed to be looked at from this angle. That looks kind of really cool, kind of awesome. Just some kind of unique style. Now I forgot to mention, there's supposed to be these little black claws that go into here, but
yeah,
actually, what happened to those is I cut them off with the runners, and with this kit you do kind of get like some extra spare parts from the original, what was the name of that kit again? The Reborn's Gundam. So I think I just accidentally left those in the pile with the leftover parts with the Reborn's Gundam, and I forgot to bring them. But yeah, there's supposed to be these like one-piece little black claws that clip into here, but I don't have those today. But you guys can just imagine some little claws.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. You get 2 different transformation modes that you can do with this kit. And it's HG, so actually the transformation's not so difficult. It's not so hard, and it looks really, really cool once you have it all set up.
Yeah, definitely a unique addition to any HG collection.
Right, and if you love Build Fighters, you really should get this kit. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for us today and the Reversible Gundam. So that's it for Reversible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Build Fighters. I like Build Fighters kits. I mean, they're just HGs, but they look cool. They always look cool. They always have like a different kind of look to them. So.
Yeah, and they tend to have some unique features to them as well.
Right. It's always interesting to see how they work those old kits into some kind of new kit. So in this case, that's what happened. But anyway,
yeah,
do I have some comments?
I do. Who's it from this time? From Aya Fujimiya, my bad. Even Todd isn't happy with the end of Iron-Blooded Orphan Season 2.
Yeah.
Hope we get a high-res Astray red frame.
You know, the Astray kind of, I think, I'm not actually a huge big Astray fan, but the Astray, I think that suit itself would actually kind of look cool if it got the high resolution treatment with the way they like to kind of really style those high resolution kits. Astray would actually be a pretty good choice. I would look forward to building that someday.
Yeah, if they ever bring it.
If they ever do it. But yeah, so many different versions of the Astray they could do also.
Yeah.
So.
And they've only done 2 high-res so far, so there's so many they can pick from still.
Right.
No idea what'll come out next.
That's true. And speaking of which.
Oh yes, from Lespaz.
Lespaz.
Hi RM RX-78 when?
Yes.
He says, usually the Granddaddy Gundam gets a kit in every grade model line, except I guess advanced grade. Bandai puts out.
Right, well, I think it never got an advanced grade, because that was kind of more just for the, what was the name of that series? Age. I think advanced kits were more of just for like the Age, Gundam Age kits. But for the RX-78, it didn't get advanced grade, but there's that first grade kit. So I'm not sure if there would be like a huge difference between like a first grade kit and an advanced grade kit. So if you really, really want to have a very cheap RX-78 to put together, that first grade kit is like 200 yen.
Really?
It has like no colors. It's just like completely easily snapped together and whatnot. It's not bad. It's
not for 200 yen.
Yeah, 300 yen, but it's really, really cheap. That'd be interesting. But
when did it come out? Like, I mean, not the exact year, but
the first
is it
grade?
Is it pretty old?
You know, the first grade kit actually isn't like a 1980 ancient kit. It's I want to say it's kind of recent, like within 20 years, I guess. 20 years. Within the last 20 years. I don't know if it was like end of the 90s or sometime in the beginning of the 2000s, but it's not like they have those really, really, really ancient kits from when the show originally aired in the early 80s, and those are like really like...
Well, like glue, right?
Yeah, you need glue for those, and they're just kind of... they've got like weird proportions. I mean, they look cool in the 80s, but just... they don't really hold up to today's standards. But the first grade like snaps together, and it's got like more modern proportions to it. So
cool.
It's kind of cool. It's interesting.
So what about
the
giveaway?
The giveaway. We did have, and I mentioned this was, I think this was kind of one of my favorite suits from that series, even though it didn't really do much in the show. It just looks cool. I like that.
Yeah, he's really nice.
We have, I want to say it's not Tallgeese 3. It's the Gundam Bile. All right, so the winner for the Bile is going to go to... All right, so we don't have a low number this week, actually. This one goes to comment number 32. And this is from Chrysalmoose? Crizzlemoose. And Crizzlemoose says, I know it's only high-res wing kit, but it is super cool looking.
It is.
I am happy with my Proto Zero, but Wing Custom High Res is pretty. That is a very, very pretty kit, especially when it's just in like its standard, normal, I'm standing mode, not transforming.
Yeah, the wings are just so nice.
They look really cool once you get it up on your shelf.
Yeah, gosh. It just needs its own shelf, I think.
It's a very pretty kit. I enjoy it tremendously. All right, well, congratulations to Chrysalmoose. I will contact you eventually on the Gunpla TV account. It takes me a little while. We are very busy. All right, so for the next week, we're going to have another Origin kit.
Sweet. Which one's this?
Yes, Waff is this.
Oh, it's not. It's Waff.
It's the Waff. That's right, you got to read it in the German. Waff is this. It's the Waff. We've got the Waff for you. Do you like my horrible accent?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Let's see. I need to make sure that this is actually in the box and that maybe Sid didn't like sneak it and like take it home in his suitcase when he's off traveling. Maybe it's on top of Mount Everest with him now. Oh, here we go. Hello, Waff.
And cool. He's got his bazooka here.
He's got bazooka. Man, these Origin kits look great.
Yeah.
I mean, they're HG, and they're not real grades, but just the amount of details on them. They're really fabulous. I think I've said it many, many times, but if you don't want to quite buy an RG kit, but you kind of want something a little bit more detailed than an HG kit, then buy the Origin kits. They really, really look great, especially if you love Xeon mobile suits, because with the Origin kits, you have like all of these kind of like prototype looking suits in here for Xeon. It's really cool.
Yeah, and the stickers look nice too.
Yeah, it's some great detail.
Got the shield here as well with the stickers on it.
Oh my.
They're simple, but they add a lot of nice detail.
There we go. All right, so how do they win? Do I say that?
Well, how do they win, Todd?
How do they win? All right, I guess I'll tell you guys today. So if you guys would like to win the VOF, you will need to go to HobbyLink.tv and find episode number 250. And all you have to do is make sure you have an account, actually, on HobbyLink TV and post a comment. Yep. And that's it. You have a chance to VOF.
And, you know, if you also want to check out our other pages, we've got plenty of social media going on Tumblr.
Tumblr, okay.
Twitter. Facebook.
Yeah.
And Instagram.
And of course, there is always HLJ.com, because we are brought to you by HLJ, HobbyLink Japan. So please remember to buy your kits for us. And thank you guys for watching. We will see you again shortly with some Gernsbacks.
See ya.
See you guys later.